Hey guys, not sure where I stopped last time, but I just wanted to come back on here and let you know that, so I drew all these symbols from the numbers, and I told my husband, I said, here, look at this, and I walked away, or before I walked away, I said, see if you can figure it out. Well, I came back and he was just puzzled. He did not know anything of what was going on. I said, so what did you see? And he said, and he knows my number, and he said, well, I saw a 28 right here in this one. I was like, you did? How did you see the 28? He said, well, 2, and then counting up, going 4, 2 columns, and then 4 pieces. And then what I was trying to get him to compare was, after I did the numbers, I was also told to do the letters. So if you look right here at the A, it looks kind of like a ladder. B, what I was trying to get my husband to see with the numbers versus the letters was the actual, take a look at these letters right here and how they're mirrored and then they're flipped up. Okay, so it's dun, dun, and of course we're going to look at some other ways that it's going to take place. But anyway, look at the, let me see if I can get back to that page quickly. Look at the 8 right here with the number 8. And then look right here, out of all these letters that you see on this page, what is the only one that looks like the 8? Of course, it's going to be B, which is the second letter. So I was trying to see if he could even guess with the 2 and the 8. Again, when I saw that out of all these letters right here, and that's the whole alphabet, guys, it goes A, B, C, and it goes right here, and then down here, I messed up on the M. I was trying to figure out whether to do it with curves, but then I decided not to, this is the M, and then you have the N, so forth, and then you have right here, you have W, X, Y, and Z, which Z is very interesting to me, and so is the Y. They're all interesting because they're so symmetrical. Every last one of them is symmetrical, and the symmetry within our eyes are just so pleasing. So when I knew that I had to do a video on all this is when he showed me, he connected the letter and the numbers, and this symbol right here was the 2 and the 8. And then you also have the simple gematria, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but if you take the A and make that a 1, B would become 2, C would become D, and so forth, where you have Z would end up with 26. And then what I've learned to do even is to, even if you have the 26, you add the 6 and the 2, which gives you the 8. So you're only going to be using the numbers 1 through 9. And 0, of course, stands for nothing. But that is your place value holder. Instead of having your 10, your 1, 0, we're going to be looking at some patterns that I came up with, or that I saw in the Fibonacci code, dealing with the 8, the 88, and the 888. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this in just a minute. Let's see. Okay, so then I saw this image right here. Let me put my hand underneath here so you can see better. I was looking at the 8, the 88, and the 888, and I was seeing, usually what I see is the vortex meeting in the middle, or the big X, but this time, and I did it before I even realized it, but I took that middle line and put that in there. And I'm going to try to upload 2 pictures with this video. I don't know if I can because I'm actually doing this from my phone. But I was cutting some tomatoes up because we were having, well, if you're from the South, you might know what po' boys are. But if not, anyway, that's kind of just besides the point. So I was the way I cut my tomatoes up is I cut it in half, from top to bottom, and then I usually turn it, and then I'll cut into sections. but the tomato was turned a certain way, and I didn't realize it, and I started cutting, and then I was like, wait a minute, I don't cut it like this. So then I turned it from the side. Let's see. I started doing it from the top of the tomato, and I was going down like that. And then I usually don't do it like that. I usually turn it on it's already laying flat because I cut it in half from top to bottom, but then I fold it over, and then I start cutting it from the side like this. But whenever I started laying those tomatoes out and the both ways that I cut it, you can see, I'll show you the way it looks, and I'll just draw it right here. But if, like, this is the cut, like I took a knife and I cut it like this, but if I did it a certain way, these are seeds and they're in sections. And this is kind of the white, and then you have the seeds in here like this, so it goes in sections. But if the way I normally cut it is from the side view, and I cut it like this, but then what you see in the middle kind of looks like this. And then your seeds are actually sprouting out like this. And it showed me that I understood why I did this now after the fact. Well, the Spirit showed me, but this right here is showing the body. This is how I was kind of seeing everything, like the hands going up, and then you have your center spot right here with the vortex going up and vortex going down, and then the center point where the energy is the greatest right here in this spot. But instead of taking the body and cutting the top from the bottom, what we're supposed to be doing is cutting it straight down the middle, because that will give you your mirror image. Kind of like, well, I actually didn't see this until I started seeing this and him showing me to do that. So this right here is the overall picture that I was seeing, and instead of it going like this, we need to have it like, let me see if I can do this without, just like this right here. This represents your person. And I'm just doing I cannot draw, so I apologize. So this is connecting all the people. That's where our energy, that's where our vortex and our it's coming in. This is the greatest point right here, and this is connecting the people. All of the people, we need to become as one. This is what the Spirit is showing me, and we don't need to be divided anymore. We don't need to be cut in half. We need to be cut in half this way. That way we can double ourselves. Just like whenever you have mitosis and meiosis, you have your chromosomes inside of the cell, and then what happens to the cell is it cuts down the middle, and then you have your chromosomes, they split apart. They're kind of like this, okay? And then and this starts pinching in, just like you would have your actually, this is exactly like the representation of the positive and negative magnetic field that's around the world. And then this is a cell within our body, and then this right here is the energy that's coming out of us from different angles, okay? And this is, our energy should be circling us from the top to the bottom, just like the world and the magnetic field and your positive and negative, and like your cells. Because in the end, with cell mitosis and cell division, what you have once becomes separated. You have two cells now, okay? And it becomes replica of itself through meiosis anyway. I'm sorry, through mitosis. Because meiosis is a male and a female. And right here I can just show you the M and the W, the male and the woman, but Okay, so let me pause this for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, so as I was drawing this right here, I was seeing this. You are never going to guess what comes on TV. Okay, so this commercial comes on, and this is what it says. Bounty. New Bounty with Dawn. Water activated, which is absolutely amazing because at work today I was doing my lesson plans for school, and what is H2O? Well, it's two hydrogens, and then you have your oxygen. But hydrogen, the atomic number for hydrogen is 1. So you have H1 on the periodical table, and then oxygen, you have 8. But if we have water, we have 2 hydrogens, so that hydrogen just say, now you have 2, and then you still have just that 1 oxygen, which is 8 protons. So you have what? Here we go, HH. Which also in the simple gematria, H stands for 8. So you have your 88. Okay, this is what I've been seeing for a long time. But it was just amazing because when I was drawing the 8, the 88, and the 888, this is what I've been seeing. But in, I believe it's 1 John 5, where it talks about in heaven, there's 3 that agree in one. It's the Father, the Word, and the Holy Ghost. And in earth, 3 agree in one, which is the blood, the water, and the Spirit. And I was drawing this picture right here, and I was trying to think of some ways to come up with how to show you guys those 3 in 1 that he was showing me, especially through the scripture. And then this commercial comes on. And then dawn, right here. Dawn is a new day. You know, in Genesis, he speaks about the evening and then the morning. Dawn. When you see dawn, that means it's morning. You have the new day. And these were the words on the commercial that they said. Today, something entirely new is being built into Bounty. New Bounty with Dawn. Okay. Today, something entirely new. Absolutely. This is so important. The Spirit is teaching us all things, just as he said he would. And it is so different. All of you know. It's so different from the old. This is the new heaven and the new earth. This right here is the new heaven and the new earth. And it's all connected. And we need to be connecting with each other through the Spirit. That's how he's teaching us. It's not through man, but these things, we're seeing this actually everywhere and anywhere. And these 3 agree in one. Okay, I don't know if you guys study about Fibonacci and his sequence that he came up with, but after I started seeing, or the Spirit teaching me to mirror image the number and then flip it up, I was seeing a pattern. It was like go from here to here and then flip it up. Okay, so this is exactly what this pattern does. When you're here, you're going to go to this image. See what it's doing? It's doubling its pattern. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. And then 3 plus that 2 gives you what? It's the 5. So this 3 right here and this 2 gives you this whole 5. And then it just spirals around. And this is what everything in our universe, in our bodies, in the world, it goes in a circle. It's what this Fibonacci code or sequence is the image or the item that we're talking about. Let's take like a sunflower. Pull up a picture of a sunflower and you're going to see that the rings are going around and around and around. Well, this is the Fibonacci sequence, and it's going to go around and around and around and around and around and around. Okay? So you have 5 plus 3 gives you 8. 8 plus 5 is 13. 8 plus 13, and so on. Okay, now I actually did this the other day because he was showing me 8, 88, and 888. So I took this Fibonacci code, or this sequence, and I started plugging in some numbers. Here's your 8 right here, where it pops up. Here's another example of the Fibonacci code. Okay. I think I actually did this one wrong. But let me come back to this. Okay, I apologize, guys. I was going to redo this, and I just didn't have the time. So it's very messy. But I just wanted you to see what I was coming up with. Okay? I didn't want to have to redraw all this because these are really not proportional because you're supposed to get bigger. Every single side doubles itself. Okay? But just for the sake of saving paper, I did it like this. But anyway, okay, so I want you to look at this sequence. What I did was I took the double numbers and then I added them together. The 2 plus the 1 gives you the 3. 1, 4, and 4 gives you 9. 9, 8, and 7, 6. Okay, these numbers 6 and so forth. And then look right here. 1 plus 3, 4, 8, 7, 5. This way. 5, because this 5 can go over here too. 5, 7, 8, 4, 2. Same with this over here. 8, 7, 5, 8, 7, 5. Okay? If I would have went further out, these numbers over here would have copied these numbers right here. This side right here, I have 7. Okay, these numbers right here go with these numbers, okay? And then over here, 5, 7, 9. I hope that's right. Well, let's go to the next pattern that I did with the 88. Okay, here is the 88. You have your 11 and 11 give you 22, 33, 55, 88, 143, 231. Okay, I just did this over and over and over and over. And then not until after I drew the 8 or the first Fibonacci pattern, and then something popped in my head to do the double 8s. But anyway, so look at this pattern that you have going on. Let's look at this one. 6, 6, 9, 3, 3, 9, 6. Over here you have 4, 8, 7, 5, 1, 2, 4. Over here, 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, 1. It's continuously repeating itself. Okay, and then right here, 7, 2, 7, 2, 7, 2. And that's all I did was I took all these numbers and I added them up. And that's when I started plugging in just my single digit numbers. Going off of the 8, no, I'm sorry, 1 through 9. And of course the 0, but you don't add anything for the 0. Okay, and then, let me get back. Okay, here's the Big Mama. Okay. This is the triple ones. So you have 111, 111, 222, 333, 555, 888, 1221. Look how symmetrical that is. 2109, and so forth. But look at the pattern that you have with this. You have 3, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6. Over here, you have 6, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6. Okay? And then over here, 3, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6. And then over here, guess what you have? Complete 9s. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Okay? So, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Marco Rodden. Okay? He has done a lot of amazing things. Rod and coil. I highly recommend that you guys research him, learn about what he's learning with the spirit showing him, and you will be absolutely amazed. Okay, let me draw this for you real quick, and I'll give you a kind of a rough draft of what his work does, or what he's discovered, came up with. It's amazing. Okay, so you take your numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you also over here 8, 7, 6, and 5. Okay, now let's just do a simple adding. So what he shows us is you take the 1 plus 1 is, let me move this over so I can do it. 1 plus 1 is 2, and then 2 plus 2 is 4, and then 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. Okay, and then you have 7 plus 7 is 14. 1 plus 4 is 5, and then 5 plus 5 is 10, and then that goes back to your 1. This is, you could do this, 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times, how did we get that? 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Am I doing this right? Let me see. Well, I mean, you can go backwards too. Half of 1 is 0.5. Okay? Just play with this. It is amazing. And it's showing us the vortex and the, it's, what he's come up with is free energy. This is how inside of our body, oh, that is so not straight. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to do it backwards. But anyway, this is the, this is how our body, our heart pumps the blood out. How it's a self-propelling machine inside of our body. Our heart is. And then our cells, exactly like this also. This is what is being withheld from us. Because Telsa, I think it was Telsa, way back when, he discovered the same thing, but it was suppressed by big corporations, and I promise you, they don't want us to have free energy, because how would they regulate that? But this all goes back to the connectivity of the people. We've got to stand together to make things happen, because without it, the few people in this world that run it with big money, they're the ones that are controlling everything. They're starting to take over everything. So if we don't band together in the spirit and really stand up for what is being done to our freedom, because we're not free right now. We're free in the spirit because the spirit's shown us these things. And even though the spirit has been shown us these things, this is stuff that's been suppressed from us. But not anymore. It's time to take back our world, our spirit, our lives, and we've got to really band together. And we got to be one. We got to go back to our unity. No more duality. This is the point where all that energy is flowing. It's going in and around. This is it looks like your apple, all your fruits, where your seeds sit, the core. Okay, so I think I have gone over everything. But Marco Rodin, he doesn't really deal with this per se, but he does say that we have to have 3 numbers or 3 identities, 3 set of numbers for us to get this sequence. I mean, he didn't show me this, or I've never seen him do this, but this is something that I was seeing. But this is how the coil goes around. His donut-shaped coil, or the Rodin coil. Spectacular work. I am just in awe. It kind of goes like this. The energy, the free energy. So look this up, please, guys, and I'll be back whenever he gives me more to show. Okay, guys? Take all things to the Lord, just as my sister says all the time. Love you guys.